Welcome to this tutorial from the Harold L. Drimmer Library. In this tutorial, we will discuss annotated bibliographies and the process of interrogating sources and texts for research. When we shop for a new phone or new tires or an app, we look at more than one brand, more than one model before choosing the best item for us. The company tells us what the options are. We compare and evaluate those options looking at the features each item offers us. And we do that in the context of our personal situation. How much money we want to spend, what we'll be using on the phone or the app, where we're going to be using the tires, how quickly we need the item. Research requires comparison shopping as well. We shop for information. Research is a conversation. As the researcher, you choose the voices that will participate in the conversation. You decide what each voice contributes to the conversation and where in the conversation their voice is heard or seen. On what basis do you select these voices? What features or qualities must those voices have to be the right ones for your paper or presentation? This is the mindset we need to select the best sources for a given purpose. Let's consider the essential features of any potential information source. 6 basic criteria include relevance, authority, purpose and credibility, accuracy, bias or point of view, and currency. Relevance means that the information in the source is both useful and important to this paper. Does the source discuss the ideas you're researching? Does it offer unique information that isn't duplicated entirely in any other source? Does the source provide evidence to advance your argument? Statistics, case studies, illustrations, logical explanations? If it has relevant information, go on to assess its other features. It is essential to assess the accuracy of information. Fact-check the information in your potential source. If the source contains misinformation or disinformation, that doesn't mean you have to exclude it automatically. It means you should recognize that, and in your paper, you can address that. The key is to be a skeptical and critical consumer of information. Currency is about time. Always be aware of publication dates for your sources. Your assignment may require that you use recent articles from the past year or month or 5 years. Your topic may be in today's news. The issue or event you're researching may have origins many years ago. Be on the lookout for articles that match these criteria. You can filter or narrow a search in the library databases accordingly. Ask for help on setting search limits. Authors and content creators share ideas with us. What do they bring to the table that convinces us we should include their ideas, their voices in our research? Are they scholars in the subject? Were they eyewitnesses to the event? What credentials do they have that suggest we pay attention to what they say? Connected to authority and credibility, what purpose does this author or content creator have in sharing this information? Are they trying to entertain us, to confuse us, mislead us, sell us something, persuade us of something, educate or inform us? Knowing an author's purpose is central to their authority and credibility. Therefore, to whether they are a desirable source of information for our research. Authors and content creators have a specific point of view or perspective on the topics and ideas they're discussing. Determine that bias or perspective of content creators of any information you're considering. Even when two people agree, on the surface, about an idea or an issue, they may have entirely different reasons for doing so. Dig deeper into the article to understand those reasons. That's the treasure you'll want for your research. Having mentioned the features of information sources that are worth considering, let's move on to the bibliography piece. A bibliography is basically a list of citations for sources that you are reading or viewing for a research project. An annotated bibliography is a list of citations for sources you're considering, along with 1 or 2 paragraphs describing your analysis of the author, the quality of the information, and how you intend to use that information in your research. What's the point of doing an annotated bibliography? It's a record of your thinking and research process, a roadmap of what you're seeking, the evidence you're gathering to make your argument in support and development of your thesis. It's evidence of your process to be shared with your instructor and other readers. You sift and sort through possible sources, choosing those that add relevant, unique, and meaningfully to the argument you're building to answer your thesis. You may discover that you need additional sources or sources that address gaps in the information that you have already found, but still need to make your arguments logically, cohesively, effectively. Preparing an annotated bibliography is the perfect time and place to plan your paper, to organize your thinking, and all of your information. Annotated bibliographies have 3 basic parts: the citation itself, the discussion of how and what the source brings to your research, and how you intend to use the information in your research paper. Always double-check the directions set by your instructor for the specifics of what to include or not in an annotated bibliography. Directions may vary from professor to professor. How does the annotated bibliography fit into your entire research process? It's a roadmap of where you are and where you're going, of your itinerary complete with the stops along the way. Likely, you begin your research with a general idea of what you think you need and want in the way of sources, and then you begin the research and start gathering. Remember, collect and record your potential sources as you find them by saving the citations. It is much easier to delete citations that you ultimately decide not to use rather than having to retrace your steps to grab citations you neglected to save earlier. Collecting the citations is the start of your annotated bibliography. As you choose and read or listen to or watch your source, which you may want to do or need to do more than once, be thinking of it critically. Interrogate the source. Who's the creator? What is his or her their intent or purpose? What's the message? Is the information accurate? Is it relevant? Does it add to what you know and understand about your subject? Does it add something unique? Something that isn't found in other sources? Is this a source that contributes ideas, language, details that support your thesis and will further your argument? Do you have enough sources? Do you have the best sources for your purpose? Be prepared for the possibility that as you develop your argument to explore and respond to your thesis, you may need to find additional sources. At this point, you will be searching for articles that are very specific to the information, the points of view, the statistics, or other evidence that are absent from your initial source list. As you come across a potential source, grab that citation immediately and record it somewhere safe. As they say, first impressions count. Record your impressions of the possible source. Use bullet points or a simple list of words and ideas. Be as specific as you can about what drew you to this source, how and why you think it might be helpful to your research. Come back later to review the source, reading it yet again, and expand your notes on what the source contributes to your work. Create a simple chart for yourself to capture your assessment of each source. Or try Noodle Tools. Noodle Tools is a suite of research tools, including a citation generator. When you add a citation to your Noodle Tools project, there's a space to type in your annotation. You can start it one day and edit it as often as you like, whenever you have the time. You can print your works cited or references page with or without citations. It takes a minute to create a Noodle Tools account. Ask a librarian for details. That's all for now. Be sure to check out other tutorials, and if you have questions, please visit us at answers.sunywcc.edu to get help from a librarian or to browse the library FAQs. And thank you for watching.